Good evening, everybody. Hopefully, I've got a dandy one planned for you today. It is almost 6 p.m. We're almost live. I am recording, but it is nice to have you all on. I'm just bringing up the chat and the attendees list. Obviously, I've joined again from two machines. Main reason is because I want you to be able to see me. And so hopefully you can. If someone can give me a nod there that that ugly mug in the window is visible, and the sound is good. Thanks, Ben. Good, good, good. Thanks, Brian. Appreciate that. Appreciate you getting on. Thank you for that. Hi, Eddie. Welcome. This is the clinic, the second in the series of educationals where we are online and able to discuss things together, ask questions about things, and run through things. And I do believe there are some things that are very, very, very well worth running through, and I'm going to run through some of them tonight. A couple of points first. One, you can see I've got there a chart from Thursday. You can see the date, 8 p.m. my time, 21st of September. That was Thursday's date. There's a reason I've got that up there. I'll show you, or I'll discuss it with you in a moment. I want to say for the clinic here, impatience is the biggest problem for many. Impatience. Trading, it's not a hobby, is it? You didn't get into this to give it a go, and if you did, goodbye, and don't let the door hit you on the arse on the way out. You're not here. It's not a hobby, and all. It's not a hobby. Just don't even go there. It's not a lottery. It's a job. It begins as a job, and then it becomes a career, and then it becomes a business, and that's what it really is. That's how it should be viewed. That's how it should be treated. That's how it should be traded. It's 90% waiting, but we know about the TODs, don't we? And we do. And the TOD on Thursday, it was an absolute dandy now, wasn't it? That's it. That's our TOD from Thursday. Absent indicators, absent the signals that we used on the day, absent the soundtrack that was played on the day, which was largely my voice saying, we're staying in there, we're staying in there. This is going to be a 40 to 60 pip target. So it needs a 20 pip stop. Now, if we look at the stop on it, there you go. There was the entry, 8 o'clock. We were in a couple of minutes before. I know we were in a couple of minutes before because I started it. There are 16.6 that it pips that it pulled back against us. I've no problem with that. I was saying it's a hold, it's a hold, it's a hold. I remember discussing the benefits of battle with you all and saying steady, steady, steady. And I also discussed the re-entry, which, if for those of you who had come out, would have been pretty much there on that line, right there where my secondary crosshairs are now. So when I drag it down to 8:30, I'll go to 8:29. That was the 8:29 because I'm quite certain we ended early. We did, didn't we? I was in Poland. I was traveling. We ended early. That's the way it was. Um, Nevertheless, it was a dandy. Now, something that those people with limited time to focus on charts, limited time to put into their trading, some of those people who, for want of a wish I could get hold of them and slap them in the mush, some of those people who are giving it a go or dabbling in it, for those people, you could just join us on a Thursday evening. That's it, Thursday evening. That's only half of the session. This week I'm at home, so we'll be doing it. We'll be doing the full hour on Thursday coming, assuming my everything is working. We do have renovations on the go. It is what it is. That's what happens. Anyway, ideally, hang on, I wrote a note here. Something with those limited time could consider focus your availability for trading around a specific TOD, any specific TODs, any of our specific TODs that you have tested well. Thursday shines and proves the way. Think about one gate per week for me. Look at what gate 26 means. Think on where you will be in 6 months, or 26 weeks if you like. I do have a spreadsheet open here. There it is. There are our gates. I'm going to move them over there so you can see them right next to the chart there. I don't want it to take up the whole screen. It has, never mind. There you go. I'll scroll down a bit. You can see in pips the risk, the reward, in value, the stake or the lot value, the win and the loss in money, in absolute money, euros, dollars or pounds. It is what it is. If you look at gate 26 there, and I say it like that because gate 26, well, that's 6 months, isn't it? It's 26 weeks. 26 weeks is 6 months. That's the reality. So what does gate 26 look like for you? For me, it looks like a chunk of dosh there. Dosh being money to those people who don't speak the lingo. Dosh, money, readies, cash. That's what gate 26 can look like to you in terms of a pip count, in terms of value. That's the reality. Now, what's the difference then from someone who's doing it and someone who isn't? Well, remember I read at the beginning a note. I'd sent this note to myself. Impatience is the biggest problem. Well, it is. Absolutely. Impatience is the biggest problem that I encounter from many of the people who are watching this now. Impatience. I don't know how to do this and I need to know how to do it yesterday. Okay. There is a YouTube video. Don't show me, show me, show me. Okay. You know, whatever it is you need, I can. But to hear, one must listen. To see, one must look. Well, do you? I mean, really though, do you? And I'm asking you, every one of you individually, what are we? We are 35 people online live watching this now. Can you put your hand on your heart and say, I listen, I watch, and then I do what you asked me to do? I'm seeing a few names right there. Michelle, yeah, you do. You definitely do. Angela, I think you do. Ben, Bob, sometimes Bob. Sorry, Bob, sometimes. And then I could carry on. I could scroll down the list. Dave, yeah, Dave. This is totally off topic now, but we met with Dave. Stacey and I read a book together all about Dave Pigeon and how he was rescuing the world from this cat. And so every pigeon we see is Dave. Sorry, Dave. I'd show you the pictures that we were inundated with pigeons and we had a fantastic time. It was a lot of fun. It is. I see Dave's there. Dave's right. I see his username. Anyway, Angela says, I got to be honest with you and me. I can do better. I'm here to stay. There you go. Thank you. Okay. That's it. That's all I want. I want people, you know, when I give you homework, it never was padding. It was designed, it is an exercise designed to make you proficient. Because here's the thing on the no, I won't tell you that story. You know, anything could happen to me, couldn't it? And then I'll be gone. And then who'll guide you on those Thursdays? Who will guide you through that? It turns out, look, it's an 80 pip move. See the pip count there? 82 pips overall. I was happy when we walked away 40, 60 pips. I don't care where in that you got out, so long as it was more than, you know, that's it. That's the reality. What are you saying there? Brian would like an Angela. Okay. I was late and heard me name. You're all right, Bob. Don't worry. I was talking about people who do the homework and listen to what I have to say and see what I have to show. And I challenged you, Bob, and I said, sometimes, Bob, sometimes, because sometimes you do. And I would dare say that there are some times where you don't. In fairness, I don't take all of the advice that is given my way. You know, that's the truth. But nobody gives me advice on trading. Nobody ever did. I don't know. Actually, that's not true. Paul did. Ian and I talk. I don't know if we'd class that as advice. We talk. We discuss ideas. We share ideas. That's what it is. But trading is not a hobby. It's not a lottery. It's 90% waiting. But because we know about these, the TODs, well, often we don't have to wait. Well, we do. We have to wait until that time of day and that day of week and that week of the month comes around. I sort of used to have a mentor, Michelle, In fairness, we met twice when I was quitting my job and going into it full time. And all we could actually agree on is that I needed to get an assistant who would answer the phone and answer emails, and that I shouldn't take distraction while I'm trading. And so what we did is, instead of getting an assistant, because not really the greatest team player you're ever going to want. I work brilliantly alone. You give me a job and say, go and get that done, I'll get it done. Don't care what the job is, I'll get it done. But what we did is we put my phone into an indestructible case so that if it rang, I could lash it across the room. And now what I do is I leave it in flight mode until I've hit what I'm target, until I've done what it is I'm doing. That's it. I'm number one because of you. Thank you. Thank you, I think. Um, I'm no idea what you're writing there. I don't understand, Brian, but I believe you. Bat on 1,000. But okay, the ability to get something done is something absolutely amazing. Yes, I agree. I'm busy getting lots done on renovations here at the moment. There's gardening going on. There's this PIV ventilation heating thingy going in over the next 3 days now, starting tomorrow. There's a lot going on. Am I doing it myself? I've done a lot myself. I do the plumbing myself and I do the electrical work myself. But the ventilation thing, no, you cut the holes, you crawl in the crawl spaces. I'm not doing that. And the gardening, yeah, you dig. You get a shovel and you dig and you lug stuff around with a wheelbarrow. I'm not doing that. But it is getting done, and I do supervise. I come out now and again and I say, I want that over there and this like this and that one of them, and yeah, that's it. So it's getting done. Yeah, I got a guy. I'm with Brian. I got a guy. But in regards our trading, back onto the topic, my lovely ladies and gentlemen, we um, we have very specific rules and a very specific set of terms and conditions that go along with those rules. All of them are designed to keep you safe. So, notwithstanding that there are indeed TODs, notwithstanding that those TODs absolutely deliver, and there it is, absolutely delivered on Thursday. We were there, we watched it. Some of you who were on with me, thanks for that, Bob. I read that. You're going to move over to footsie. Who remembers me saying that next week, Thursday, when we're on together again, those of you who were here and stood your ground through this battle with me, who remembers me saying it will be up to us to advise those who weren't there that this is how we should play it? Does anyone remember that? Can I see a yeah? There you go. Ben says yeah. At least Ben, that'll do. One, so long as one of you remembers, then I know I did say it because Dave too, because my memory wouldn't always be the best, would it? No. And that's what matters. That's why we are who we are. We are a group of traders helping traders. We can only be that if we continue to strive to do that. It won't always go as crystal clear as Thursday. And in fairness, on Thursday, it wasn't great, was it? There was an entry bang on the button of 8, right there. Where's my mouse? Anyone see my mouse? There he is. There's my mouse. Right there. That's where the entry was, right there. And it went tick, tick, tick. Ooh, worry, worry, worry. And didn't we, though? Didn't we go worry, worry, worry? And didn't someone trade a 2 minute chart? Are you on? You missed a 2 minute chart? Who I didn't yell at you, by the way. I wasn't impressed, though. No, you're not on. Okay. So we had someone who took a 2 minute entry and came out up here or up here. I think he held through that one and then gave up the ghost there, which is a shame. But he came out with a minus 22, got back in, bailed with 30 pips somewhere down here. Because if I clear that off for a moment, one of the things I wanted to show you is where the scaling coulda, woulda, shoulda been done. We all know what an M looks like, don't we? Boom. A neckline is broken on an M. We know we were in a downtrend. We knew all of the right things. We knew we had a lovely big pink line right there, didn't we? Who remembers the pink line? And I said, we're not going to cross the pink line. We might kiss it. We didn't quite. The pink line was about there. We missed it, which was great. And there you go. Pips. All day pips. Off the Todd. It was a really nice move in which we were very confident there was going to be success. even straight line, and exactly, Petra, exactly. There was everything there, and if we do draw that line, we've got a wedge. If we continue that line out, there were so many things on the go for that for the TOD on Thursday. That's the reality. Lots and lots. Again, notwithstanding that, we need patience and we have to wait. Yeah, I didn't have to say, that's the one right there, I'm doing that one, I do that one. I didn't have to say that. I could have said, it's valid up until, and it was valid up until. Doesn't matter. Because we had a 40 to 60 pip stop, we needed a 20 pip withdraw, what's the word? Retracement potential. And if we look at the entry at 8 o'clock, worst case scenario, close bar. If we look how far it went back, I thought it was a worst case 16 pips, but if we said 17, fair enough. For a reward, it moved everything, couldn't you know? Grabbed the wrong bit there. I'm going to go to the close of that bar. I'm going to drag it down. The very bottom here is 113, and the very, very bottom of another M is 171, because there's another M right in there. So there were a couple of stabs at the opportunity. There were a couple of opportunities at the opportunity, and there you go. James, on your 4 hour, you use long range indicator. Yes, it's exactly the same thing, Kim. As we loaded, remember we literally right click, load template, long range forecast, and then all we need to do is change the what's it called? I'll go over there. When we're on that, the long range there, I'll move this ugly mug out of the way. We change this to weekly, the Camarilla levels on that one. But yeah, exactly. We right click. You will let me right click, won't you? And we load template, and it's exactly the same one. Oops, load template, exactly the same one. Scrolly McScrollsville, all the way down. Long range, bang. We load it, and then we edit the Camarilla time scale to 1 week right there. That's all. Nady says, do you use alarms on any time frame? I do, Nady. It depends what I'm looking for. I use alarms in different ways. I use them for levels. So if I'm looking for a particular target, I'll have an alarm on there for a level. If I'm expecting a signal and I'm not in yet, I might use an alarm for that, especially if I'm very, very distracted, which is very seldom. I don't usually use alarms to get in to trades. I will use them to get out. And normally that's on a level or a target, or I'll set an indicator and say, well, if this crosses back, I'm out, and it'll send me a text message then to my phone, and on the phone I can then manage the trade. But I have to have been in it and been letting it run for X amount of time for me to do that. Otherwise, I'll largely just close it and take the pips. I'm an intraday trader first and foremost. That's where it is. That's who I am. I'm an intraday trader. That's a great question. Eve asks, is there other reason why you don't trade Fridays? I noticed a lot of prof traders don't. Well, Eve, for my own experience, I spent many years working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, if you like, for the man, for the business, for the company, for the tax, for the crap. And now that I don't have to, I think I can achieve, and I learned this a long time ago. I learned it way back before 2012. It's probably about 2005, 6, 7, 8. I learned I can make enough in a few hours to cover what a regular mortal would make in a week. So I don't really need to be there on a Monday or a Friday. So the 4 day weekend is just a really nice perk, treat that I give to myself as a reward for being able to do so much in the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I can achieve loads in those 3 days. I really don't need the Mondays or the Fridays. If we looked at the charts right now, the DAX, as I sat down at these charts about 4 p.m, and what I'll do, yeah, I've shown you that now, good and proper. I'm going to go DAX. I'm going to show you, there is 4 p.m. I was here at the charts. I'm going to move Ugly Mug over there a bit, and I'm going to drag one of them again, and I'm going to show you that, look, from the even if we go breakout there is 75 pips. As a worst case scenario, there's 45. There's a big round number on the right, a 15.4. As a worst case scenario, there is 40 pips in that move now on a Monday. I don't work Mondays neither. I've started doing the clinic sessions. Yes, it's an hour of my time. but it's an hour of my time that I believe is well tuned to get you where you need to be. Because some of you are there and you're all in the same group. Some of you are there and texting me, think, look at my results, look at my results, I've done this, I've done that. And others here are asking me, how do I set this indicator up? Lesson 5 homework, lesson 2 homework, lesson 1 homework. And I know it's not you, Eve. I know you've done that. But no, I don't do Fridays and I don't do Mondays. And the personal reason is just that I don't have to. I'm not going to. That's it. What does Dave say there? You just did something. 30 on the NAS. There you go. Dave just snagged 30 pips on the NAS. Well, everybody, let's just have a little look here, will we, at what Dave's just done. Because, look, X, A, B, C. Is C higher than A? It is. Well then, where's D going to be? Big round number higher than X. So Dave took those pips there, and Dave, top of the class to you, mate. You've scored. If we look at the fractal and an entry, it's, well, there's 60 pips on the table. Oops. No, why must you move the whole thing? I only want to move this bit. See this bit? Thank you. That's the bit I want to move. Right there, ladies and gentlemen, potential for 55, 60 pips in the last 9 minutes. 9 minutes. He said Dow, he said US 30. Dave said US 30. Didn't you, Dave? Did you just say US 30 or am I dreaming? Dave said just now, oh, on NAS. Apologies. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. Okay. Well, probably if there's a butterfly there, there's a butterfly here. So let's delete him. And well spotted, and thanks for that. I do appreciate it. Yes, there is. Look at that. A butterfly is a butterfly. And thank you. I appreciate you pointing that out, Thomas. But, you know, the fact remains, it is a trade that is valid on a Monday in the last half hour. So if we go W from here, X, A, B, C, D. Oh, look, children, a 760. Did we not see a 60? Did we not see it go through a 40? Look at that, the close and the open on a 40, a fractal around a 40. Let's just see what pips were in there. I'm going to use the quick tool. But if we look above there to there, yep, 35, 30 pips. That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, the jury of my peers, you can choose what day you work. You can choose what hours you work. But I suggest you have a look at, does the market agree with what you want to do? I did have a gentleman some years ago place trades after 9 p.m. and on a 1 minute chart and wonder, why isn't it going anywhere, James? You said this strategy did this. Yeah, but dude, the market's closed. There's nobody, you know, America's gone to bed and closed up shop, and the sun's over the Pacific Ocean now. You know, Tokyo, Sydney, the Asian markets, they're not awake yet. Oh yeah. Oh my word. You know, that's it. It's there. It happens. People, you know, they're out there. People fail to recognize things that we need to recognize. Um, No mole holes. That's almost the exact trade I took. Brilliant, Dave. Well done. Eddie says, is there a part of your lessons that instruct how to find X, A, B, C, D? Yes, Eddie. It's in the homework. It's in lesson 6, where we, actually lesson 3, where we talk about the websites I favour. Remember the pattern site, Bulkovsky's pattern site. Also, baby pips. It's in there. It's right in there, and yeah, it's a W and M. A butterfly is a W or an M. A W is an upside down M, and M is a you know what I mean. It's the same thing. It's just upside down. But yeah, absolutely. And in many of the sessions that we are on together, I'm showing you where they are. Like if again, I'm going to minimize ugly mug here. Can I minimize it? I'll drag it over there. Look, you've got a shoulder, a head, a shoulder. You've got a little inverse head and shoulders right there. There are patterns all over the place all the time. We say A, B, C. Always be checking for divergence, for patterns, for everything. I noticed that on Sunday when Asian market opens, usually there's always a gap and it'll always fill afterwards. Ever tried that before or looked at it? Well, I've looked at it. We used to get one on a Monday morning with the DAX from that weekend gap. And way back in the day, I would suggest it would have been like 2014, 15-ish, when we sort of first began this kind of thing. I would look at the DAX then with other members, but it's a Monday, and we used to have a very specific strategy where we'd fib the gap and then trade the market from then. I'm far too lazy to do Mondays now, but yeah, you could do that. Fib the gap, Eve, and you'll be sorted. You'll find it that way on the Monday morning. Fib the gap, or depending on your time zone and your location, that it might suit you to work on the Sunday evening. You know what I mean? There you go. Michelle often does that. Nice one. Well done. Well done. As always, we are ABC. We are always checking for divergence. We are always checking for patterns, and we are always following the signals. The signals will tell the truth. The signals will tell us what we should be thinking, because we'll be thinking, oh, I want to sell that. Oh, I want to buy that on the OSH1T, it's going up method, or the OSH1T, it's going down method. Those aren't really very good methods, but there are tried and tested methods that we use, and if we simply implement them, divergence, rejection of a line, signal, it's a walk in the park. After that, it really is a walk in the park. It's just simple. Follow the process, look for the patterns, look for the divergence, and follow the signals. And you really, well, you can't go wrong with the strategy, but you'll go wrong overthinking it or being impatient with it. It's going to do this, it's going to do that. Yeah, sometimes I think that about people. She's going to say this, she's going to say that. And I've learned to wait and let her say it. Wait and let her do it, just in case she don't. And then, yeah, jumped the gun a bit there, didn't I? We need to wait and let it happen. Yes, divergence squared, it's massive, powerful Wade. It is indeed. Divergence squared is an amazing thing. Now, someone messaged me earlier, Dan, been with me since 2018, I think, 19, and he asked divergence. I'll read the question. I will read the question because it's a good question. But I'm sorry, Dan, you should know the answer. Can't make it tonight. Just a question on seeing divergence. I can use the TSI with the MACD. Well, the TSI is the lines of a MACD, so you can, but it's already in there. Think about it. Think about what you've written there, and I know that the TSI is the lines of a MACD. So it's like asking me, can I use the steering wheel to turn a corner? What? Like, what? I know that you know that. The TSI is the lines of a MACD, and Osman is the histogram of a MACD. I know that you know. And if you don't, you're going to have to do your lesson 6 homework again. Divergence, do it again, and again, and again. Do you think I don't still do it? Do you think I don't carry out an exercise on divergence from time to time? For the hell of it, I do. I absolutely do. It's divergence. And I think, divergence is one for a future clinic, absolutely. We could dedicate a whole clinic to divergence. The problem we have with it is, like I said at the beginning, a lot of people won't have the patience to sit and learn it or look for it. Yeah, but you showed me on the 25th of September on this chart. I can't find it on this one. Oh, what do I say to that? Is the right thing. Here you go. Do you want to borrow these? Clean them, put them on, make sure they're clean, make sure that you can see everything that you need to see. And yeah, that was good advice, Nady. Read Elder's book. It's available. We've shared it. It's there. You know what I mean? That's the deal. Cheers, Brian. Enjoy. There is a lot of information available. I get it, absolutely. But you can take it in your own time. But you do need to take it in. You can't just expect to flick through the book and know what's in the book. You could flick through the book and mark the pages so that you can go back to the bits you need to see again. By all means, mark the pages. Divergence is a thing. It's a massive thing. It's it's the first step in the process. Divergence, rejection of a line, signal. How can you say I'm taking this seriously if you haven't mastered divergence? You do need to master it, and it isn't that complicated. It really isn't. It's divergence. One of these things just doesn't belong here. It's different. And if you're not sure, well, start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can, and go from there. You're starting from experience now, and you already have a bucket load of it. So all of you in this group have a bucket load of it. I'm not just addressing one member there. Sound fair, everybody? I am recording this session. We are 30 minutes in. I do plan on sharing it with everybody as soon as it's uploaded. If there are any questions, I'm wide open. Otherwise, I'll call it a nice early one. And I'll be ready for the live sessions in the morning and generally tomorrow with you. How do we feel? Are we happy campers? Nothing? Okay then, I'm going to leg it. Much information, and James' book is found in the pod. That nice one, Wade. It is indeed. Yes, it's right there. Thanks, Thomas. Okay, I'll call time here. I'm going to end the recording. Trade safe, everybody. I'll see you in the morning.